Have you ever recorded a whole video only to get back and realize none of it was recording at all? Yeah, that just happened to me with this draft analysis. What is up, YouTube? I am TheWildArcanine. This is the draft analysis for Season 9 of the FWL, aka a league I run that I can never win because I'm just that damn bad at Pokemon. And this team I drafted prove it. It's not a bad draft by any means. It's just that the beginning of the draft of mine I wanted to use for the long, or in Zygarde's case wanted to use again for a long time. Whereas you get towards the end and I try to draft a Pokemon that blatantly pisses people off. So let's get into why I drafted these Pokemon. And I'm gonna do it faster because I already explained everything once already and none of it recorded. So Zygarde, Dragon Ground type, became one of the best Pokemon in the whole draft thing again because no hidden power, so Pokemon can't run HP Ice to catch the thing off guard. Base 121 defense, 108 HP, so it can be a physically bulky dragon. It could have Dragon Dance and Coral to set up from its attack and its speed. And I think Coral sets up defense and accuracy as well, if I remember that correctly. Thousand Arrow is probably arguably the best ground type move in the format because it bypasses gravity terrain and it hits levitating electric type super effectively. It can also run with the Outrage, Extreme Speed is a priority, obviously Earthquake, we all know better. I believe the Zygarde Complete can run Core Enforce as well. You know, Body Slam, Brick Break for coverage. It runs high horsepower for nothing to bypass the terrain. And that's the reason I'm mentioning terrain. You will see later. It also gets superpower, which that must be new because I don't ever remember getting superpower. Heatran pairs up with Zygarde well as a fire steel type. It counters both the Zygarde's weaknesses in Ice and Fairy. Whereas Zygarde is a ground resist that the Heatran doesn't want to take. Heatran has two great abilities in Flash Fire and Flame Body. Flash Fire reserves a fire type attack for raise for special attack, while Flame Body could potentially burn anyone that comes touches it from physical side, and if it's a showdown, it's going to happen almost every time. You know, base 130 special attack, 106 both defensive stats, so it can be very offensive from the special side. It can be somewhat defensively. It gets rocks. It can set up Toxic. Magma Storm is a great fire type move. It'll trap the opponent like a much stronger Whirlpool, except it's only 75% accurate, so it can miss a lot. You know, Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse, Body Slam, Flash Cannon, Stab. But those other three moves I named, along with Scorching Fans, Steel Beam, Steel Roller for coverage move. Third Pokemon I drafted, Zapdos, Electric Flying type, so it's not weak to ground, which is a ground immunity that so I can switch in on expected the ground type move for Heatran. It's not really a fast electric type. It's fast, but it's not as fast as most other electric types are. Has a great special attack for that. It can be bulky. Don't switch a Thunderbolt, you know it's going to run that every time. It runs Drill Peck, recovers on HP with Roof. It can default half of the way. It could put Time Pass without needing to use Volt Switch or U-Turn. It could set up Toxic. It could paralyze Pokemon either with Thunder Wave or its ability Static. It could work once I get Rocks up. It could just whirlwind Pokemon in and out on those rocks if it's not running the boots. Fourth Pokemon, Alola Ninetales, sets up the Hail for nothing on my team because I did not draft something with Flush Rush, but it sets up Hail for Aurora with the Light Clay. Gives me a free Light Screen and Reflect in one move with the max amount of turns when I use the Light Clay on it. With the Scarf or with the Specs, it can run Blizzard, Freeze Dry, Moonblast, Dark Pulse, and it's another move I'm thinking of. I thought it got Shadow Ball, but it doesn't. Never mind. Basically, I'm using it in the video. It's on my team. We're currently in playoffs. So I know too much about this Ninetales, so I can't really say much more about it. Vaporeon gives me a Cleric. It can Wish Pass, and because I have the most HP out of all the evolutions and pretty much most of the bulky water types already, it's great to Wish Pass with because all the HP comes back to you. Just like the Ninetales, it can heal Bell, but it can do it more fluidly because it's bulky. You know, Scald, Ice Beam. It gets Flip Turn now for momentum. It can set up Acid Armor or Curse to raise its physical defense because of things normally physically bulky. It can War Pokemon out, just like the Zapdos Whirlwind. It can set up Reflect, not Light Screen, but Reflect. Now, set up Beam for coverage. It could, if I set up enough, Stored Power can come into play. It can set up Toxic. It can put Pokemon to Super Yawn. Vaporeon does too much, to be honest, and people underrate it as far as bulky waters go. Alola Muck, Poison Dark type. It does give me another ground weakness, I do realize that, but in return, it allows me to pursue trap Pokemon. I can poison Pokemon more freely with Poison Touch, with any Pokemon it touches, or any Pokemon that touches it, 30% chance to poison. It actually has some insane amount of coverage moves as well. It also has both Haze and Clear Smog, where they could both reset the stat changes of any opposing Pokemon they try to set up. However, Clear Smog can actually do damage, unlike Haze. I can set up a Curve. It gives priority and Shadow Sneak. It can recover with Pain Split. It actually gets a fair amount of coverage moves to help itself out. Any other type. Rapid Striker Urshifu was here because I wanted a fire type. Fire? No. I wanted a fighting type on my team. And from what I've both seen and heard, it's really a 50-50 between which one is better between the Rapid Strike and the Single Strike. In my opinion, in the normal thing where you don't Gigantamax, Single Strike Urshifu is better, although it's quite weak to Fairy. However, if you could Gigantamax Pokemon, Rapid Strike Urshifu is better, in my opinion. Its finisher move, Surging Strikes, it hits hits 3 times every single time, but each hit resulting in a critical hit, and you cannot protect because its ability just goes straight to protect. So, stuff like that, you know, it gives fair amount of coverage moves as well. You know, U-turn, Waterfall, Thunder Punch. You can Stab, Superpower, Drain Punch, Close Combat. It gives Ice Punch and Iron Head for more coverage, as well as Acrobatics if you don't want to run an item or if item gets knocked off. I went with Thwackey because it can set up Gravity Surge as its hidden ability every single time it comes in, which weakens most ground type moves, so Heatran and the Muck will not take as much damage, except if you have Pokemon that can run 1,000 Arrows, which I believe Zygarde is the only one. I might be wrong, but I believe Zygarde is the only one, or any Pokemon that can freely run high horsepower. And I believe Bulldoze is another move that doesn't get affected by it. But again, I might be wrong. And Thwackey is such an underrated, not fully evolved Pokemon. I could argue that just like with Sneasel, you don't have to run Eviolite on it. You could just put like a Scarf or something on it to outspeed most things. With the priority Grassy Glide, now that I said it out loud, I'm pretty sure I meant the band and not the Scarf, and that is my fault. It doesn't get as all the moves that Rillaboom would get, but again, it's not fully evolved, so I wouldn't affect it to anyways. But it can also have reliable recovery with Leech Feed, so basically pick your poison. Cresselia, I drafted to be a dick to the people, because look at it, like 120 HP in defense, 130 special defense, and it's not all that slow with 85 speed. This thing is unfair, and it's not even an Uber. That's saying something. The Calm Mind, both screens, it gets Luna Dance, like its own Healing Wish, Moonblast for coverage, Energy Ball for coverage, Signal Beam for coverage. I can Poison, Paralyze, Trick something like a Scarf. I could set up and then run Stored Power. Shadow Ball is another coverage move. Like this Cresselia, if built right, will not die. Ever. But it's very situational in my opinion, so we're going to find out how that works. Smeargle can get any move, but its stats are terrible. Base 20 attack and special attack. Like, no, it will never work. So Smeargle is really 9 times out of 10 it's meant to be a suicide lead if you want to get up some type of hazard like rocks or webs, maybe even like spikes or toxic spikes. That's really the only main use people have for it nowadays. But if built right, it can put in a fair amount of work unexpectedly and cripple your team to the point where your other Pokemon can just come in and finish off those Pokemon with the chip damage. And then you have Dottler here. Shout out to, I believe it was Bias, either Bias or Gil in the video server who told me to grab Dottler with my 1 point remaining. Because the defense stats on this thing, getting shot up with the Eviolite, oh my lord. And on top of that, it have the move pool it have Calm Mind, Iron Defense, Light Screen, Stored Power with Substitute, or I could trick, why would I trick an Eviolite? I don't know. But with Substitute, with me being able to recover health with Recover, I could go offense with Body Press, Energy with Eviolite, Max Defense, Body Press, remember Bug Buzz, Leech Life, Energy Ball. That's insane, but that is the 11 Pokemon I drafted. And it was something that was actually pointed out by my boy Aster in the video, and as well when I went over the team in the video, and he told me that my team does not like ground type Pokemon that carry toxic like Hippowdon, and he actually has a point because the only 2 clerics I have on my team that can get rid of status are the Ninetales and the Vaporeon, both with Heal Bell. Heatran is immune to toxic, but if it's not doesn't have the air balloon, or if it doesn't have the air balloon, then it's going to take damage from an earthquake from a Hippowdon. Even if it has a Sokka Berry and Graphic Terrain is up, that's still damage I probably don't want on the Heatran. And then the other Pokemon, so that is a thing I know for a fact I will have to find my way around if I can. But basically, yeah, that's pretty much my entire team. I'm not going to go in saying I have high hopes for the season and want to win the championship because I know how I battle. I know my own luck as far as RNG goes, and it's not great, in my opinion. It's not great. I know that the best I can do is use this team to my full ability to get as far as I can, and hopefully a championship comes out of it. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe for more content. Comment down below how you feel about this team. Every comment and like on the video helps out my channel. It's only small and I want it to grow over the course of the year. My personal goal is if I get anywhere between 250 to 500 subscribers. I know it's a little far-fetched considering my channel is only at like what, 120 now, but I'm going to keep working on it. It can only go up from here. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.